Alright guys, good. Wow, can you see that? Let's wait for a little audience to get going here for a minute. I'll show you a little bit about what's going on here. Oceti Sakowin right here is getting a lot of snow. That's just me sitting here for a little bit. It was completely covered. Here's my window right here. There's a car sitting over there. I'm the only one sitting up here. See, this is not normal for Facebook Kill. You know? Not normal for Facebook Kill. This is the snow that's here. Oceti Sakowin camp here. I'm going to go down a little bit. There's snow coming in right here. So, this is... Oh, right here, look at that, guys. Look at that. There's snow outside my window right here. Give you an update. I'm over here at Oceti Sakowin. So I want you to see that there's the no dapple over there. Okay, there's the no dapple on that side, okay. A little bit of snow, no dapple. They still got their lights on. They're still wasting fuel. They're still wasting energy. But you can see it's there. You can see it on that side that they're still there. They're still working. The camp is still going though. Okay, there's still people here. I'm gonna put my phone in front of the lights. That's the snow. A lot of snow coming in. This is a storm. You know, when I came into the camp, you know, one of the things they want to remind us of is the storm. The storm is coming, okay? This is just sitting right here. I'm gonna roll it up here. It's 4 degrees. The storm is coming. Storm is coming. Someone turn those off right there. I don't want to be blinding anyone. So, how na niya ohoba shuname na agaitaka. Trout Eater, Myron Dewey, Walker Paiute Tribe, Bishop Paiute Tribe. We'll start off with the day today of getting organized, getting media organized, and starting off our day, getting ready for the winter here, putting things in winterization for digital smoke signals, and seeing what we're going to move next. The decisions that's being made here by the Dakota Access Pipeline to continue to work no matter what, to continue to be made about different vigilantes that are coming through and supporting North Dakota. There was a video done, as you guys may have seen, a few days ago where we were almost chased off the road by what is it, snowmobiles going around 70 miles an hour, a truck behind us trying to run us off the road, and then, you know, doing the best we can to put our faith in law enforcement to hold them accountable and continue to, you know, also protect who we had with our crew to make sure that nothing happened to them in the back, which were women drivers, and the best we could to get in and out. Over here at the camp, there's a lot happening over here on this side. We have, you know, snow is here, winter is here, and this is going to be a long blizzard is what we're told. So just sitting here, the windows were all snowed in. So I went from camp to camp, trying to look for my sister Matika. I couldn't find her. I'm the only one up here on Facebook Hill. That is not normal. That is not normal. The only one over here, but there's several inches of snow and it's snowing. So it's pretty interesting. Gonna continue to share with you guys as we continue to show that we are still here at Oceti Sakowin. We're still gonna continue to document the best we can and update you with what's happening here on the ground here, grassroots style, and to let you know that I used a compost toilet today. So all of the porta potties are gone because it is too cold. It is too cold to have those porta potties. They cannot, you can use antifreeze in them, some type of antifreeze, some type of liquid that keeps them from freezing, but it's not healthy for the environment. I heard an elder say something that just stuck in my mind today when I was using that compost porta potty. He says, no one's gonna want to move, and I'll just say it different, poop out of there with these composts. I disagreed. In my mind, I disagreed, but I respect the elder what he said. So today I went and used the porta potty compost. One was filled up, and a guy went over there and he said, "Oh, I'll take care of it." And he walked over there and cleaned it out, bagged it up, and that was that. I was like, wow, debunked. So misery loves company. Stay away from misery, guys. Find what equally is right when someone says what's wrong. And I think we can always find the problem, but is it safe to say that we can always find the solution as well? That's what I like to see, and empower each other to find the solution. So I use a porta potty that's not porta potty. It's made out of dust, and it was good to go. So looked like somebody showed up. Maybe it's my sister, and she's been going from fire to fire. I've been chasing them all down, looking for them while they sing. Let's see, somebody pulled beside me. I gotta make sure, hold on, who it is. Dark vehicle. They just kind of looked at me and took off. Okay, so yeah, I went from fire to fire, kitchen, ate soup, and one of the cool kitchens was like a big old hogan. Oh, okay, so we got to boost our sound booster up here. Get it going, okay. I went from camp to camp, trying to chase down my sister, but I got to see everybody there and visit with people and share the stories, listen to their stories. And there's a sadness going on because the fire was put out, the sacred fire, and I just listened to people talk and share their stories, and they felt like there was more. But you know what? There is more. The world is watching. The world has got their own internal fire started, and it's been kick-started around the country and around the world, which happened over here at Standing Rock. We've done what we've done here. I've witnessed it. We've started a movement to protect the sacred and protect the water, and I think many of our people here have been here so long they don't see what's happening on the outside. And I'm just starting to see, by checking the thousands of emails that I've been getting and hearing a voice that's been coming from the outside in and been so focused, like I'm here. This is my invisible buddy over here. This is where I'm working all the time and making sure that I'm out here documenting and sharing the story and getting this word out about the no DAPL out there and what's happening. So I wanted to just go and visit with the people, as I was doing up at the casino, visiting with the veterans, that, you know, I wanted to share that story that I visited with the veterans. It was important to say down here today that that we know you can fight. We know you guys have that skill, but I want to see that spiritual fight. I want to see you come in and be that uncle and be that brother. That's what we need in the community. And that's what I shared down here with several people as I walked from place to place and just visiting, that we won in so many different ways. So many different ways we won. And by that, like, even if that pipeline goes through, we still won. We still won, and we're united together in spirit and song and voice, presence, power, and place. I just see it in so many different ways, and in the four directions I see it, and I see it with our visitors that have come here. Things may not be done 100% the way we want to see them, but we're learning. We're going to go forward in the next 7 generations. And I think that's what's empowering, is that I'm seeing that we're going to start creating this new energy that's going to be pushed forward. But if we don't take care of our Mother Earth is going to start to clean herself. And what will seem like an environmental atrocity and a destruction for us will be a healthy cleaning for the earth. That's what I'm seeing happen. And when volcanoes and eruptions and all this destruction from fracking and oil, what we're going to see is that the earth is going to start to shift when the ice caps move, when they melt. The earth is going to shift to adjust to the atrocities and just clean itself. We're part of that cycle. That's what I'm seeing. But today, I walked around and I wanted to just explain to some people my thoughts. When they were asking, I was quiet. I would just, just quiet, and then just striking conversations. But I was in one tent, and it was really cool to see that they had just found a bag of letters in that tent, and they had all these kids, that wrote letters on thanking everybody here, the water protectors from Rhode Island. And I read several letters like that from kids all across the country that send letters. Kids, that's the movement. That's how it sparked the movement from our young kids. It's been a really strong blessing to see that. I want you to know that I appreciate you out there. And as I continue to sift through all the emails and look at the donations that you guys have made, and now that I have a little bit more time to, well, not a whole lot of time, but I'm still spending hours reading these emails, and I want to say thank you. It humbles me in a good way, that I can see that people are listening to just the words and how powerful our words are, and sharing those songs and sharing the walk through here. And I want to say thank you to all of you. And I love you guys very much. I can feel the prayers and the blessings. And when times got tough, we outlasted those tough times, and those tough times create tough people. So I think that's what's going to happen here, is we're going to continue to go stronger. One of many actions that are going to happen across the country, and this was one huge humanity action where everyone woke up. That fire was lit. Even though the fire was put out here today, that didn't mean it wasn't started somewhere else. And I think that was a beautiful thing. And I continue to share that with you guys. You guys did an amazing job, and continue to share and do what you do. Many of you believe that because you're not here, you're not a part of that sacred fire, but you are. Because without you, we wouldn't have had this happen. And that's all of us in the 4 directions. So going around and listening to the songs and the singing and eating together was beautiful, and we need to do that out there too. So I want to encourage you guys. I want to share a little bit of the teachings here that I've witnessed. Find a relative somewhere out there that you can connect to and go eat together, and go laugh together, and go share a song together. And those memories that we get to see here, we get to go from camp to camp to camp to camp, and I don't think many people can do that. You go from one house, and then you sit and visit in that house for a long time. You can do that here too, but the camps are so close. You can just hear them singing, and I can roll my window down and see the fires still going. There's a fire outside. There's a fire in the teepee. There's a fire in that tent. And I can smell it in the air. I can see Dapple's lights way over there. She has like a wrap right there. But I don't care. I'm still gonna stare at that big light over there. Either way, that's where we are here at Oceti Sakowin. The weather is coming. It's starting to snow heavy. And people are making it here. It is cold, but I think when the snow comes, it's going to warm up. You know how it insulates the tent. We just got to continue to check on our relatives here. But that fire has been lit, and it's been lit throughout the country and the world. There's so much you can do, and we're going to continue to share these stories of everything that we're doing here, and you continue to share your story and create your action, your fire, and do it in a good way. Role model what you've seen in all these videos here. Role model that in your community, and share with us what you're doing. Be careful on the road. Be careful when you travel. Many people are going home, and there's been some sadness. Nobody wants to go, and so we want to make sure everyone's safe as they travel through this snowstorm that's happening right here. Many of the people are going to stay and continue to hold down that sacred fire internally, and ignite it from one torch to the next, one heart to the next. We still got to start Dapple's sacred fire. They haven't started their fire yet. See that? They haven't started their fire yet. They've got the synthetic fire going over there. They've got artificial. That's what they're working on over there. There's Turtle Hill. Maybe you guys can see Turtle Hill right there. You see that Turtle Hill? That's the light right there. That's the light at Turtle Hill. You know, there's some non-natives that came in, and we were talking about Turtle Hill, and they were like, why? They're like, why does Morton County? You know, they're saying, what do you think Morton County is putting their lights right on a burial site? And I said, well, the governor's mansion is on a burial site. If we can't get the community to acknowledge that their own governor's mansion is on a burial site, then how can we get their police department to show sacredness in that? If the community don't show sacredness in their own burial sites, then how can we expect Morton County? They're being role modeled, and this is a learned trait, is what they're doing. And that's what we shared, is this is a learned trait. And what we've seen with the vigilantes on the highway was a learned trait. Their hate is so strong, there was no communication. Some of the stories being shared down here was one of the relatives shared how they're coming out in their motorhome, and it looked like that same truck that was trying to ram us the other night, and it went right in the straight road, right in a straight line after him, and then it swerved last minute, and he was laughing. And we're dealing with some people that are really hurt. The veterans that came up here looked for healing, and that was one of the most powerful things that I've witnessed in speaking with the veterans. They came here. So we just have to send those blessings that way and role model what healthy healing is. And I've learned throughout my life that I've had a lot of healing to do, and I'm still doing a lot of healing. And I'm not perfect. I'm way off from being perfect, and trying to role model. So just do the best that I can and just humble myself. I'm still learning to be humble. And over there it looks hard, looking hard at the Turtle Island with all the lights on there, but we're still trying to be humble here, and we just got to continue to role model it. The compost, I was humbled when I went in there, though, I tell you that. So it's like as you walk in an RV tent, and there's compost there, and then when it fills up, they take a bag and they wrap it, and they're going to get it ready for, it's going to be stored. And then when the weather changes and gets hotter, then it'll use a natural chemical reaction to decompost it, and it'll be back to dirt. So it's interesting to look at, but it's, you know, there's no water being used, it's not contaminating anything, and it's in sawdust. So that's working, and that's a way to role model sustainability. The other one is solar. Well, it's a little different here, you know, but when the sun came out for a little bit, it charged the solar. So that's something we can use. Later on, we got to work on wind power. So we're going to, I guess, demonstrate what it's going to be sustainable out here in Indian country. And I'm really excited to take that back home and get off the grid. And I really want a big old Hogan style to live in. But what I like here is you can leave your stuff in there. You're in a tent. You don't got a lock on it. you know, and I've had my bag in my tent over here. Wow, yeah, it's still there. So I used, I got to go check it out. When I first got here, the tent I was using was Tom Goldtooth's tent and Dallas Goldtooth's tent. So over there, because I didn't have one. And then I got one over there by the Pawnee camp over there with Keith. And I don't know what happened. 20 was over there too. He had a tent over there, and we hung out over there for a while. It was pretty cool to wake up in the morning and hear them Pawnee songs. That's how they sound. But they sang some Seminole songs with Free Joe, with Culture Shock Camp, and Keith and them, and it was cool. And Morgan, my brothers and them over there, and some Cheyenne brothers over there, and having the water out there, and then having the women on the far side over there, maybe about 200 yards down, doing water ceremony. It's beautiful, you know, and that is a memory I will always have in hearing the different songs being sung. Having the respect too to have them wait for their song to be done, then they start their song, and in the morning time you hear somebody on the hill here singing a morning song, and they would say, "Oh, na pija na nishtahai," you know, like us for it's pija awat mawa, good morning, na nishtahai awat mawa, bless this morning, na nishtahai pa pija pa, bless our good water, na nishtahai diapa, bless the earth. Oh, na nishtahai humira numaga, sending blessings to all our people, na nishtahai imuro, all our relatives. That's what I heard, and if it was in Lakota, but that's how I heard it in my language. And it was an amazing, amazing transformation to see these seasons. And as a father, you know, I think about my little guy a lot, and I think about my children and what I've witnessed here, and I wish they could witness. And my two boys got to witness that here. I would have loved my other relatives to come through. My brother has witnessed it here. My dad has witnessed it here. It's been an amazing healing journey for me to witness that here. And I think it's important that we've even seen some of the officials come here and witness that here, and to see that strength and that healing, just to share a little bit about what that means when I'm looking over here, what that meant. The silk screening that went on, and people laughing and sharing their story. I think that was beautiful out there, why they were here. And all the interviews that I have, all mobile interviews on my phone, and pictures that I post when I see something, and just want to share it with the world, what we're seeing here through indigenous eyes, through our indigenous voice, through Numa Puni'i, Numa Yarawa, through our Numa Tsunami, what we think, see, and hear. It's beautiful. Napija, I guess in Navajo you would say Nijone. I'm learning, you know, we're learning all these ways in different languages around here. And hearing our relatives, you know, the different nationalities, the different religious groups, and our indigenous people bringing back their two-spirit societies down here. And what does that mean for our tribes as a whole to accept our relatives the way they are and who they are? And what does that mean as two-spirit, you know? And got to go visit some relatives down there and do interviews and speak with our black relatives, our Chicano relatives. Even one of the brothers that would say Chicano Oyate, he was Chicano Oyate, and I can never forget that. And our Swedish relatives that came down and sang at the fire, the sacred fire. Our Norway relatives that sang at the sacred fire. Russians that came down. Chinese. Wow, there was I want to get it right. Just say people from Africa, and I'm not sure which tribe they were from in Africa. They were here. Our Maori relatives in New Zealand. Man, that was cool to see them and visit with them, and a sister that we did an interview with, and just gonna continue to share how many people. It was amazing. So it looks like we got someone else here. Oh, we got the snowplow. We got the snowplow right there. So there's a snowplow. And Italians were here, and no, they were not Columbus fans either. And so much. I mean, the flags, they go all the way around, and all the way up on the other side of the hill. They go across and up on the other side of the hill. It's beautiful. And I just keep thinking about, it's like a dream. It's like a Wawa'a tsunami, which is, I don't know, that would be, Wawa'a is like strange. So I want to say it's like a dream. It feels like a dream so much as what we're witnessing. It's not the same. It'll never be the same after we leave here. Maybe that's why people don't want to leave. That's why they want to stay here, because it's not going to feel the same if they leave the circle. We're in ceremony. They're not going to feel the same. I'm not going to feel the same. I'll never feel the same after being here. I want to stay, and I want to hold on to that feeling that, see, we were like this. This is how we were. And now we're like this. That's how we are. We're stronger like this. We're stronger together. And that's how I feel. We're stronger together. So we had people from Pakistan that came through. We had all the different areas, Israel, just Egypt came in. I just got to think, I don't want to leave anybody out. Cuba, the Amazon, Spain, wow, Alaska. I just met a relative in Alaska, said that he saw videos that I was posting from Alaska. How powerful is that? Way up in Alaska. We got Muckashoots, Tulalip. We got Lummies. We've got Paiute Shoshones. I did meet one Washoe. I'm sure there was more. California, Yurok. Luiseño. Apache, Navajo. All the different clans. Choctaw, Chippewa, Creek, Seminole, Pawnee. Blackfeet, Crow. There was so many different tribes. Onondagas, the Six Nations up there in New York. We had Oneida Nation, Cheyenne Nation. Wow, I'm trying to think of, there were so many different tribes coming in. Zuni. We had Zunis, some relatives from Zunis. Hopi. Oh, so I ran into my one of my bros that were on the Peace and Dignity run, and also our sister Annabelle ran into your daughter. She was awesome. She was cool. She had your smile. And the Eagle and the Condor prophecy, the runners did make it all the way down to Panama. And they started off in Alaska, and they had all those different routes throughout the country and throughout the world coming in and meeting in Panama. I really would have loved to go there. Sorry, relatives, I was here in ceremony here as well. The Peace and Dignity run is ceremony. They start off with protocols and end with protocols. It's beautiful all day long. Ceremony, very reverent. We had our non-native relatives here, Sweden and different people, even our Americans that were here, we were trying to help indigenize them, bring their spirit back too. Wow. So yeah, just to name a few, and you guys probably know more. And Mohawks, yeah, there we go, Mohawks out there. Trying to think of a few more. Wow, there was so many. There's got to be over 400 or 500 flags. There's got to be more than that. Iowa tribe. So Ojibwe. Okay, yes, Ojibwe. Yeah, thank you. And Mexicans, Chicanos, a couple Mexicans, Mexicas, Mayans, and Ecuador. Oh man, yeah, I gotta keep going. There was so much beauty. It's kind of summing it up. Listening to our indigenous sisters from down there share their stories of strong indigenous women, and it was good to listen to their stories and how they related the earth to the mother, and how their perspective of the pipeline was considered rape. It was really harsh on how things that you look at it differently when it shared you from through indigenous eyes, through strong women's eyes. Um, the teachings that came and continue to come in, the Aztecs that came through and did their dance and shared their songs and their ceremonies, the runners that came through from all over the country, people who biked through, from different areas of the country, our Cree relatives up there, and our Chippewa Cree, or Chippewas. Let's see, Potawatomis, yeah, Tibet, yes, Tibet. Man, I just have to read these. I'd like to read a few of these actually as we're going, and the smiles and the stories. I think that's the most important part, is people sharing their story while they're here. Sioux, Micmac. It's the look like it's the what do you call it? The snowplow. They were sharing their stories on how they got here. Yes, Squamish, Nisquaw, Nisqually, yep, and sharing their songs, sharing their stories, why they got here, how they got here. I just met a guy who he was up on the hill, and he was just sharing with me he's gonna go to surgery after he just came here for a week, and he has capillaries. When you get sick, these capillaries inside you, whether they're through those down there or in your stomach. But he's going into surgery, and he was so empowered that he wanted to come here, and this is part of his healing. And he's going into surgery next week. And I just was like, wow, he made it here. He was so excited. He was so happy to be here, and he was looking around and seeing, the lights, and he knew so much about what was happening here from the videos that he's been watching. And I want to send strong blessings his way, Napisha Tumia Nanishtahai, sending good blessings his way. And then the vets that I spoke with, and their many stories sharing why they were here in solidarity with indigenous people, and how they've always felt it was wrong what was done, and being here is what was right. That this feels right, and I think that is amazing when you hear that. This feels right. So, Menominee, yep, Menominee Hopi tribe, and yeah, Cal Slow, you should sleep soon. Yeah, I know, man. But we don't need to sleep yet. I'll sleep down the road. Right now, I think, well, maybe I should go to sleep a little bit. 2-hour power naps. All right, relatives. All I want to say, to the youth council here that's been working hard, give them a huge shout out. They've been working hard. Aaron's been working hard. Leha is holding it down, working hard, representing his people very well, and showing support. And it's very, very powerful seeing our young leaders, to empower them, giving them the tools they need to make it. And I think it's important to just share with them they're working hard, so their families know that they're working very hard. The youth council, the indigenous youth council, are also working hard, and our non-native relatives are helping them with ever the resources they had. I mean, guys, I'm also gonna give, Hollywood was down here. A lot of people from Hollywood, Hawaiian, yes, Hawaii is down there. I got to meet oh man, I feel bad. Her name was, she's the representative from Hawaii, the congresswoman. I was sleeping up here on Facebook Hill in my car, and I got out to stretch, and they came to me and they said, "Hey, Myron, the congresswoman would like to meet you." Like, I just woke up out of bed. I just got up and I was like, wow, I didn't have to put my, shoes on. I just stood up and then I went and met her, and she just said, "Thank you for all your hard work." And I was like, wow, I didn't know what to think. I just humbled up to see her, and I still had stuff in my eye. I was so tired. I just slept up here. I'm kind of hiding in plain sight. That's what I was doing, hiding in plain sight. There are so many stories I want to share with you guys and share with people. And as we continue to go through here, everyone has a story of why they're here. Everyone has their story of why they're going to continue to stay here. But I think it's important that we also listen to our people that are saying, we don't have healthy conditions here, then we're going to get sick. So we got to have healthy conditions here. And that's what's important here, is have healthy conditions. So with that, we want to say, Napija Tumia, and go in a good way, and that you did good. You shared our message, and that let's go to the next action, and let's let the tribe support the tribe and the elders and what they're doing here. I'm not telling you what to do, so don't take that. I'm just saying there that we're gonna do. If we're gonna practice living sustainable living, then this is the place to do it. Practice sustainable living. But I'm not going to tell you to go at all. I'm just going to share with you that I'm going to stay and I'm going to learn and I'm going to help the tribe and what I got to do. I'm going to go into the community and the youth. They need help because of the bullying that's going on in the communities around. There's a lot of educating that needs to happen throughout Bismarck and Mandan and the areas around here. I don't think they understand that this is indigenous land. It will always be indigenous land. It's not like we're trying to take it back, If we were to get it back, it would have to be reseeded and blessed again and get restored to its natural state. This is important because the animals have moved on. The plant life is gone. The medicines are gone. And whatever was done to the land, we'd have to let it restore. Yes, that's why we do leave it there. And they're like, well, these Indians, they don't use this land anymore. They just let it sit there. Well, the ecosystem is so important. There's a reason why it has to sit there. It's got to replenish itself and come back. That's why we were so nomadic, as we didn't over-harvest our areas because we knew that would kill it. So these are the many traditional ways that we're trying to bring back in healthy communication with the plant life, with the ancestors and relatives out there. The sacred. This is why we wouldn't be doing what they're doing on top of Turtle Island. We would not be doing it like that. The sacred sites, what Dapple is. Many people don't know that. I'm going to show this area right here. That right there is on sacred sites. Those lights you're seeing is on sacred sites. It's a desecration of sacred sites, what we're witnessing right there. That's what we're witnessing. The world is watching. And we watched the videos that Dapple put out. Well, we had archaeologists go through there. We had our experts go through there, and they didn't find Native American artifacts. Only we can do the spiritual assessment, indigenous people, because we've been here since time immemorial. This tribe and their elders have done their spiritual assessment. Those are sacred sites. Those are sacred sites. And we have a lot to teach our non-native relatives, that you're piled high and deeper, your PhD does not supersede the natural law. That's what we see. So we've got a lot of re-educating to do, or we got a lot of decolonizing our own people and re-traditionalizing the mind and say that this is the sacred, water is sacred, and that we're here to protect it in a good way. And we're going to help educate along the way. But don't get angry. Don't get angry at us. Come and sit with us, and so we can share why you don't understand it. And I'm sorry you don't understand us, but we'll help you in a good way. Alrighty, guys. I usually don't read all these comments. Some of them are little. I'll read a few of these. Let's see. Okay, we'll start. I'm just gonna scroll like a machine. Many prayers. Many prayers. Kickapoo, yeah, the Kickapoo tribe. Yosemite Indians, yep. Okay, guys. Sending blessings to you. Napijana nishtahai. Nilma yadawa. Talking our language in a good way. And many blessings in the four directions. And I'm getting ready to pull up. And I'm going to turn the light on. Look at that. You can't see that. Okay? Why? Because that's all the snow that's been sitting on there since I've been here. That's how much it snowed since I was sitting here, and it's not stopped. Oh, many blessings going. We're going. What you see way over there, those are teepees. Can you see them? They're getting a lot of snow. Those teepees. There we go. Good image of the snow right there. Say many blessings to all our relatives in the four directions. All those across the water, we're saying blessings. Umira, pijana nishta haipa. Sending good blessings for our water, good water. And you guys, any questions, feel free. Wow, that snow is really coming down. So those two off right there, I'm going to show you guys. Where's my finger? Right there are teepees. Those are all teepees. People are living in teepees in this weather, and they're living okay. We have a community here, that breathing community that's thriving. And remember that this is also a sustainable community. So if you come, or you're trying to come, don't think you can come and you got to come by taking care of yourself. You can't come with nothing. This is harsh winters. This is cold, sub-zero. You could freeze to death out here and get stuck and not make it out of here. You can't walk. It is really extremely cold here. So this is what I didn't grow up in this kind of weather, so it's not easy for me. And many of our people have a hard time with it. I've got Farmer Ed overalls on. They keep my legs warm and all that. So this is very good. Very good to be warm and be here together. So we'll say that and then end with this, relatives. Gemo matome na gegeshu manito e aniana ho anena ho aneana hene yo Gemo matome na gegeshu manito e aniana ho anena ho aneana hene yo ho anena ho aneana hene ho anena ho aneana hene Gemo matome na gegeshu manito e aniana ho aneana hene yo Gemo matome na gegeshu manito e aniana ho anena ho aneana hene yo Gemo matome na gegeshu manito e aniana ho anena ho aneana hene yo ho anena ho aneana hene ho anena ho aneana hene Gemo matome na gegeshu manito e aniana ho aneana hene yo Gemama tomena gegesho manito aniana. O anena huaneana hene yo Gemama tomena gegesho manito aniana. O anena huaneana hene yo Huanena huanehiana hene. Huanena huanehiana hene. Gemama tomena gegeshu manito aniana. Huanehiana hene yo. Remember, if you want to donate, you can donate to Sacred Stones Camp. Sacred Stone Camp is going to continue to be here. And that's where you can send your donation. Be very specific in what you're going to donate to. If you want to donate to Digital Smoke Signals, there's a donate button right on Digital Smoke Signals, or PayPal me at Digital Smoke Signals. PayPal me.digitalsmokesignals at 2 ways.